Last month, I wanted to try my hand at making a more realistic humanoid character. Up until now, most of my characters are either mythical creatures or a very large, disgruntled man. I thought it would be good to see if I could model a character based on a character sheet, and here's what I made. The concept art was made by my friend Nicole, who you can follow at Starlee Arts on Instagram. Her link will be in the description. From here, I had to create this character, and it was pretty fun, but there were several hiccups along the way. The overall model itself wasn't too bad to create, only taking me a little over a week and a half to make. Modeling the hair was a little on the tricky side, but after learning how to use curves and converting it into meshes, it became much easier. The same was true for both the golden sash as well as the multiple ribbons and bows on the character. One of the major difficulties was rigging. I only had the very basics of rigging knowledge, and hoo boy did I really learn in a trial by fire. The facial bones were incredibly difficult because I was unsure how to create eyelid and lip bones. It probably took me about a week to do both of them because I had to ensure that the weight painting was good enough. From there, the skirt rigging was incredibly hard. I tried to use the physics engine in Blender, but it wasn't producing the effect I wanted it to and lagged my computer to boot. So ultimately, I had to bite the bullet and create a rig. I didn't create a rig for the jacket, chain on the glasses, or the sash tassel, as I was having other issues with the rig as it stood. So I went for a more streamlined rig, omitting these and focusing on the main clothing and face. After all this, I wanted to create an animation to go along with it. I thought that a talking animation would be sufficient, but couldn't really find any source audio that I would have liked. So instead I just opted for the character to wave and say hello, and that was it. However, again, the scope of the project got away from me. I thought that maybe to add more character, I should do a longer animation. Eventually, this did blow up into me making an entire scene and background to go along with it. They were fairly basic assets, and the hardest section here was probably texturing the giant arch. The ornate designs at the top, which are supposed to be dragons, were sometimes hard to distinguish. Finally, after all this work, I had an animation of a character adjusting the camera, i.e. someone adjusting a camera on like a tripod or something similar, backing up, dusting themselves off, finally waving towards the camera. But the worst was yet to come. The inclusion of the skirt. This was the single detail that was the most difficult part for me personally. Cloth simulations and the way clothing move over a form is way beyond what I had imagined from the outset. Getting the skirt to even sway slightly was incredibly difficult, not to mention that the skirt also had to move around the legs, which were walking backwards, which only added to the complexity to the overall piece. I did try to add some form of lighting element, but I also couldn't get that to look quite right. Because the hair is a thicker mesh, the face is lit extremely poorly, so I opted to make the entire scene have completely flat lighting. Most of the effects still work, like the reflectivity of the sash or the flat texture on the stone, but I have little to no experience with lighting, so it was quite difficult for me to implement it in a way that I would have been satisfied with. Ultimately, the product is, as you can see here, fairly comprehensive. It has most of the clothes fully rigged, excluding the jacket, chain, or tassel. The face is fully rigged with cheeks, mouth movement, and even some custom bones, so I know what is what. Besides that, I think looking back, I could have done a lot more to make this piece look better knowing what I know now. Most notably, I think that the skirt using inverse kinematics or just having a better system overall than just using forward kinematics would definitely be the way to go. Also, I think that the final full animation could be a lot slower, as it's quite fast on the pace backwards section, and I think some other timing shots could be a little better. Finally, I'd like to say thank you to Nicole for letting me use your character as a basis for practicing my modeling, rigging, texturing, and animating. It was pretty fun to work on, and I did learn quite a bit while working on it. And finally, I'd like to say thank you to you, the viewer, for watching this video. I didn't intend for this to end up being a full-blown video, but as you can tell, I do have a habit of blowing up small projects into larger ones. So goodbye for now, and I might make more videos similar to this one in the future.